Is there an addiction to what you're talking about with cortisol and adrenaline or norepinephrine from your adrenals that you're not getting enough? And so you're intentionally pursuing either high risk behavior or some other hyper stimulating activity so that you are getting something? Is that related to?
100%. And I think that can be adrenals and also just the way that our bodies wire up. We see that in trauma all the time. People that are kind of coming from chaotic circumstances, that they realize the trauma, maybe they realize the chaotic relationships and parents, and they end up remodeling that because your body knows what it knows, and it will go towards the adrenaline spikes. It will go towards the dopamine hits. And I believe, don't quote me on this exactly, but the research is that they're called set points in the body. And so there are chemicals that there's a number that they're supposed to be at, the same way that we have a set point for temperature. And so people who grew up in fight or flight circumstances naturally have higher cortisol levels, even if they developed a very peaceful existence in their 20s and 30s and learn their way out of it. Their set point for cortisol is going to be higher than most people who don't grow up in trauma. So there's these little nuances of how the body heals and how the body grows. And so that also goes to having to sit down and have someone do an actual diagnosis of looking at your whole life and your whole patterning and trying to figure out, outside of draw some boundaries, here are some supplements, really nurture the whole piece of how we can start to bring things back into balance.